From Channel 4, the local station, this is the News 4 Jags Tealgate, live from Miller Electric Avenue.
Welcome here into the News for Jags Tealgate. We're counting down to kickoff against the Indianapolis-Colts. It is going to be a big day. It's a little rainy out here, but we've got everybody trying to stay dry underneath the tent. Fans are trying to stay dry right next to us. We're on Miller Electric Avenue here next to the Pro Shop as we kind of get ready for what's hopefully going to be a good game for the Jags.
Yeah, now, Alessandro, you and Justin, we just came off of News for Jags Plus, and you guys got to go see some of the fans out there. I mean, despite the rain, what's the energy? What's the vibe? How are we feeling?
Well, this rain is horrible. This is not fun for the rain. But unfortunately, no one thinks the Jaguars are going to win. We just talked to Antonio and the boys from Jacksonville. They think that the Colts are going to beat them both by 10 points, he said?
Yeah, they said realistically 21-7.
That is what they said.
And realistically, if you weren't watching online on News for Jags Plus, I immediately said they needed to go somewhere else.
Right.
Those guys seemed like very nice guys, and we like them. But with those sorts of feelings about the team, go find another tailgate. We're going to move on to a different cookout. You got to find some new friends.
But I think Joanne and Jeff, I think when we talked to them at the beginning of the 10 o'clock, I think Joanne was optimistic.
Yeah.
She seemed like a positive person.
We like optimistic. Glass half full. Glass half full. The team's 0-4, but the Colts haven't won here since 2014. Glass half full.
What? Jaguars are favored, right?
Jaguars are 3.5-point favorites.
So Vegas feels it, we feel it.
If Vegas likes it, how can you not like it?
So we talked to Al, who was a Stanton graduate of 1959. So he has seen plenty of Jaguars heartbreak and heartache. So I lean towards Al. He's seen a lot more than me.
We like Al.
Yep.
I like Al. Al seems to know some things. He's been through it with the team. Look, today is a day for people like Al that have been there from the beginning and been Jaguars fans, had that heartache where they're going to wear those throwback uniforms, the throwback jersey like what Jana's got on. We got the helmet over here. It's a little wet, but we're trying to keep everything dry here underneath the tent. But it's going to be a good day. Tom Coughlin going into the pride of the Jaguars. It's Trevor Lawrence's birthday. A lot of excitement. Everybody's got to sing happy birthday to Trevor Lawrence at halftime, maybe after Tom.
Yeah, only if he wins. If they don't win, I'm not singing happy birthday.
Alessandra's like, I will not pop out of a cake. I'm not singing. No. We're not doing it. I'm out of here.
If he wins after the game, happy birthday, dude. What is he, like 25 now?
24.
24?
24.
No, turning 25, right?
24.
He's turning 24?
Turning 24.
Yeah, well.
So is he a 2000 baby? Was he born in 2000?
Almost for that, I don't want to sing.
She's asking me math.
Yeah, he was born in 2000. Oh, my God.
Didn't do this for math. Kyle, our producer, can you tell me what you're trying to tell me one more time?
Yeah. Listen, we're going to have to process that just because we just figured out how young Trevor is, and all of us are of a certain age over here.
There you go.
So we're going to switch up some batteries. We're going to give you a second to make sure that you are tuned in right here to Channel 4. We're going to be bringing you some fun tailgating vibes, hopefully some drier skies in just a few minutes. Stick with us.
Welcome back here in our News for Jags Tealgate. We're all kind of huddled here underneath the tent. The rain's coming down. We do have cornhole set up, but it's getting a little wet. I don't know if this is a cornhole kind of tailgate day.
Our cups are really filling up over here on the table.
It's rainwater now. Yeah, so it's a little bit wet out here, but you know what? The Jaguars are part of the community, they're part of the family. You come out, rain, shine to support your team because they do things. They are a part of the community, a family, and families give back. And the Jaguars do give back. Alessandro, you got to catch up with one Jaguars player as he was giving back to the community.
Yeah, that's right. This offseason, Travis Etienne met with a few cancer patients at No More to just bring a smile on their face. And one kid is his biggest fan, and he got to meet Travis himself.
I feel like it was very inspiring for me just to be in the position I am today, playing football and seeing where it took me, and like just seeing opportunities that I can just be myself and inspire others and just touch lives in all kind of ways. And I feel like I really appreciate that and just thankful, honestly.
You're a football player. A football player?
I play for the Jaguars.
How cool is it that you get to hang out with the Jaguars player today?
Very good.
Yeah?
I never saw a real football team.
What would you rate him 1 to 10? How good is this gritty?
4.
You can't go gritty a 4.
Nah. It was at least a 6.
A 6 more?
4 is great.
How about 5?
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Yeah, 4 out of 5. You say 4 out of 5. I think that's what you said.
You're looking like I'm going with it, but it's not.
5 out of 10.
You went up?
Well, he bumped me up, so I'll beat you in the race. I'm not gonna let you win either.
He said right here, right now, all the way down there. Right.
You don't want it. You don't want that smooth. Now I gotta beat him because my gritty was trash. He's a Jaguars fan now. We gotta get him to a game. He gotta come see me score with a touchdown. I'm not gonna hit the gritty, but I'm gonna do something for you. So I've just been playing football my whole life, just something I do for fun, something I love to do. And the things that football has done for me, and the way I could bless others with that, I feel like I can't do nothing but be appreciative of that.
Well, Travis, the 2024 season is finally here, so we got to get that kid out here to one of those games. And I do want to add that Brian Thomas Jr. and Mason Smith, both rookies for the Jaguars, they were just named the Nemours first ever NFL brand ambassador. So the Jaguars, they make it a mission, they make it an emphasis to get out into the community. And
They
you
definitely
gotta
are.
love that.
Yeah, they're definitely doing good things. You gotta love that kid and Travis were having fun like that. I do think Travis would probably lose that race.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I was
do.
like, I think that kid was going to give him a run for his money. Alessandra, I love that you got to cover that and just see, when you get to see players off the field, I mean, the fact that we're honoring Tom Coughlin today, who has continued his legacy into the community with the J Fund, things like that, it really just shows how that has continued to flow through the Jags and their entire brand as an NFL team.
Yeah, and it speaks a lot to the community of it that the rain is coming down this bad and fans are still here. Everybody's trying to stay dry, so they're kind of huddled underneath the overhang. Let's take a look at our other camera that's hanging out with the folks. It's all dressed up, but everything is getting wet. Folks have got ponchos on as they try and get ready to go, but still got those Jaguars logos. A lot of people excited.
So we actually had, I love that you had this package for ETM too, because we had two ladies from Clemson that are both breast cancer survivors, drove all the way here this morning just to be here. You just saw them in the line, but they were so excited to see Alessandra and Justin. They came right over to the tent. We got to meet them during the break, but it just shows you fans far and wide are coming no matter if it's rain or shine.
Yeah, definitely. Duval is showing up one way or another for this game at the bank. It hasn't been a good trip to the bank for the Colts in a long time. Fingers crossed, maybe it'll be another bad trip for them. We'll talk a little bit more about the game when we come back from the break as we continue to count down to kickoff here on our News for Jags Tealgate. That's straight ahead right after a quick break. Take a look. There are the fans. They're a little wet, but they're still excited.
I know. Look, oh my gosh, we got the young Jags out here. That's right. You want to start those roars at young.
Oh, he's got the eye black on, too?
He's here for it.
You got to love it. They're all tealed out. They're all ready to go. A lot of fans, a lot of excitement. Rain can't stop the shine, as you'd say.
Exactly. Look at all these fans. We're sporting the ponchos. Seeing a couple of those throwback logos peeking through there. Justin, you got the Tealgate memo. You got the Teal memo. I mean, I love seeing everyone come out and really get ready to represent no matter the rain. Now, we've also seen a couple people with some pretty sweet tailgate setups. Yeah. We know that Alessandra, she is our hot dog aficionado. She has a high standard when it comes to game day eats. And frankly, we learned so do other Jaguars fans, right?
Yeah. You gotta have the game day food. If you don't have the food that you're looking for, what's game day?
Exactly.
Look, it's all about the food you get, whether it's the hot dog, whether it's the nachos with the cheese, and maybe what do you want to pair it with a beer? Does it pair well with wine?
They had
you can get classy.
The last tailgate we were at, they were getting ready to put sausage on the grill under the tent. They had the Coronas cracked. It was full on. They had a steak on the tailgate of the truck getting ready to put on the grill.
Okay, so I was giving those guys some grief. Maybe we do like them. Can we be friends?
It was on for those guys.
We are sorry what we said earlier in the show. We'll take it back if you've got
snacks. We take it back. Just if we could come eat with you on the grill.
Exactly. Now, the great thing about the Jags is that they wanted to make sure that this season they were able to level up what fans had options for. So if this is your first time in the bank this year, you're going to see a lot of new options. They actually took a poll with their season ticket holders and did a blind taste test so they could see how to level up game day eats. Take a look.
So when you come out to Everbank Stadium for a Jags game, you come out for a great game, great experience. But I'm going to tell you, we are about some great food, and I'm going to sample it just for you. Things I have to do for you guys. Oh, well. You know where my bread is buttered, so I'm super excited to be hanging out with Marcus Need. He's the general manager of Delaware North, who has created this, I shouldn't say created, you guys have kind of collaborated, but you've tweaked the menu that people are going to be having here in the stadium.
Correct.
And to put it in perspective, you, the fans, I guess we the fans, we actually had a little bit of say in how things came about this year, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We established a fanfare council, which basically encompassed of all the season ticket members that wanted to join it. We started off with a survey about our food and beverage offers in the stadiums and our overall experience. And then at that point, we went to the next level and we opened it up to a tasting event where we brought the fans out, went through several items, and had the fans be a part of our final selections for simple things to more extravagant things. Say, for instance, simple would be the hot dog bun. We made a change in our hot dog bun this year. We went from a standard, enriched roll to a potato roll.
I'm sorry, it's been great talking to you. I want to talk to the real maestro of this situation. So, bye.
Bye-bye.
We wanted to talk to somebody who had a really hands-on experience with all of this stuff. So this is Brenda. She's the executive, or sous chef?
Yes.
See, I didn't even know that was a thing. I learn something new every day. And I'm about to learn about this food, let me tell you. Let's start off with the hot dog, because people love a good hot dog when they come out here. And you guys are like, yeah, we like our hot dog, but we want to do something else.
Yeah, we have a Stahlmeyer hot dog. This season we switched out the brand. We are now using a Martin's potato roll for our bun. And then we've got our Bavarian pretzel.
So what makes this pretzel a little bit of a difference from what people have experienced?
It's a lot softer.
Ah, so some of us with bad teeth, it'll help us out with that. But let me tell you, I'm really excited about this. This is like the new wave I've been seeing all over the internet. Walking tacos. This is new?
It is new.
And what are we working with?
We have 3 different toppings. It could either be a barbacoa, chicken tinga, or impossible meat.
These chicken sandwiches, oh my criminy, what? Never thought of having a teriyaki chicken sandwich at a stadium. I am here for it. And of course, you have your burgers. But we were going down the list, I'm like, what are all of these different levels? Y'all, buckle up and loosen your pants. You're gonna need it. If you were into Capri Sun as a kid, well, as an adult, things done changed. So I'm here with students from the North Florida School of Special Education, and they will be manning the Al's Pizza booths here on the main concourse in 141 and 114. And I've got my man John here. He's gonna be our spokesperson for the day. So what is it like for you guys to be able to make all of this food and share with the community?
I know, it's a blessing, going to the school. Chefs are amazing, we have some fun times. But, it's mostly working and, going out there with the community, making all the food for the people, having them and enjoying it, have a little talk and all that.
If you want to come out and have the experience, do that. Come out, root for the Jags, get full on all of this stuff, and to the bowl, y'all. I feel it. Duval!
All right, so like I said, they did a blind taste test and talked to season ticket holders. So we wanted to jump on that bandwagon. Coach Alessandra went and found some season ticket holders that are challenging her to play cornhole. So we have 2 fellas here. Guys, are you ready to rock and roll? Isaac and Malachi, we'll let you go first up. Sling that bing bag. Woo! Oh, there you go. Bring in the fire. All right.
Okay, now Justin and I are going to go. We're playing against some kids, but I fear that Justin and I are still going to lose.
I think so. We don't have much talent. All right.
Okay.
All right,
here we go. Before I get a close-up of that, I'm going right in.
Woo! That was close, though.
All right.
Points for that.
All right,
Malachi, here we go.
Next up. Here we go.
Big arm.
Oh, that's a good one, though.
The muscle.
There you go.
Great.
Boy, guys.
Okay, so guys, we heard that you are season ticket holders. You guys are big Jags fans. Your mama is raising you right. Oh my gosh, Alessandra, she's like, I'm not slacking just because these are kids. I see you.
Okay, first round, Isaac and Malachi get 1. Justin and I get 0.
That is accurate. That is very accurate.
All right, we're gonna trade it up. All right, Isaac, Malachi, you're back up. Go for it, Malachi. You want to start us off?
See what you got.
Ooh,
oh, that's a good one. There we go.
Oh! Yes. Oh my goodness. Woo!
Yeah, all right.
Business.
He said back up, Justin. All right.
You go.
Y'all didn't know you were bringing in the ringers.
Ooh.
Alessandra's like, wait, now I'm really serious now.
No.
One more.
Is Alabama's
last
defense
tailgate,
yesterday.
we talked about how Alessandro and I.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
We tied right now.
pump
No,
round
I don't know about
pointer.
that. They got closer on theirs.
Yeah, look at theirs.
No, theirs.
Okay, so right now
yours
I
wasn't
think-
even on the board the
Not even
first
on the board.
time.
Okay.
I know.
See?
Almost 3 got in.
That's it.
Almost 3
that means
got
they're
in.
up 2.
All right,
2
Isaac.
rounds on you.
Is that what it means?
All right, Malachi.
All right, one more. Let's go.
Here we go, Malachi.
Man.
Come on now.
Nice job, Malachi.
Come on.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay. Hey, we finally got a smile from Malachi. That makes me happy.
Oh, there you go, Justin.
All right.
Left-handed.
Yeah,
All right,
like, you've been on that hole.
Oh, there we go.
I like how this is turning into an actual competition right now.
There's some real competition rolling at this point.
Hey guys, how old are you?
Malachi and I.
7.
Yeah, you're 7 and you're 4. You're this many? 4? Okay.
Oh.
Maybe we can put those together and that's what our score is going to look like at the end. How are we feeling about
That's
that?
what the Colts will have.
I was like,
11.
I'm like, oh, I thought you said 4. I said 4 and 7.
No,
Not adding them. Oh, you're adding. Well, we talked about math.
We were talking about math. You said put them together.
And we said we don't do that.
We don't. You're
I said
right.
put them beside each other. It's fine. That's why I don't do the financials on this show.
Isaac and Malachi, I think they beat us.
This
I think they beat us.
I think
you
they
guys
did
won.
beat.
I think they did.
That is 100% accurate.
Yeah,
That is
you guys
100%
crushed
accurate.
it. You guys
did
crushed it.
great.
Great job.
Way
Good
to
job.
Way to go.
There
Way
we
to go.
go.
Guys.
I
There
love
you go,
his
Malachi.
eyebrows.
Good job.
I know.
All ready to
Let me
go.
hang. Don't-
What for Justin?
You
Don't
leave
leave
him
him
hanging? One more?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
You can see himself on TV. Oh. You guys did great. Thank you guys so much.
That was awesome.
All right, we're going to keep counting down to kickoff here at our tailgate. We're on Miller Electric Avenue right next to the Jaguars team shop. As we count down here at our News for Jags tailgate, we'll have more coming up right after a quick break. Welcome back here. Check it out. DJ spinning a little bit of music as we're counting down to kickoff here. Fans are starting to pour in. The weather's not scaring people off. It's a little rainy around the bank, but you know what? You got the music going. You got the vibes going. Energy's high. Everybody's trying to stay dry. We're underneath our little tent. They're under the overhang. We're right here on Miller Electric Avenue, right next to the Jaguars team shop. Everybody's excited, Justin, mostly because people have liked to see this logo. This is the old school Jaguars logo going to be on the helmet today for the first time in a long time.
I love it. I love it. I grew up covering the Jags, watching the Jags when I was a kid. It's awesome to see these throwbacks. One of the guys responsible for their early Jaguar success, Tom Coughlin, in the house today, going into the pride of the Jaguars. So just a nostalgic, historic kind of feeling day. Feeling a little bit overdue for Tom Coughlin to get in the pride?
Look, we said it was his choice.
Right.
Look, the Jaguars should have went to him and said, hey, Coach, when you want to go in. It's up to you. So, look, at this point, he's going in today. And if you were listening earlier on, Coach Coughlin said that it's not just his name that should be up there. It's the 200 people behind him, the people that worked in the office, the players, his wife, that have all helped him go in there. He said that's part of his speech at halftime, so you'll have to look forward to that. But one of the guys that helped Coach Coughlin get there, Fred Taylor. He's a Jaguars legend. He's already in the pride of the Jaguars. Everybody knows Freddie T. He's one of the folks' favorites. He's a guy who knows Coach Coughlin very well. Got a chance to catch up with him this week as we counted down to putting Coach Coughlin into the pride. Fred said that Coach Coughlin was a tough coach, but he definitely instilled some lessons in him that he still uses to this day.
And it's so many different things. And I go back to learning how to be accountable, learning how to be a consummate pro, being able to move with integrity, learning how to be a leader, knowing what leadership is all about. Those little things he continued to try to instill in us. And again, I didn't always recognize it or see it as a player, but as a father, you know, as a teammate, you know, when I left New England, I was able to come back and say, oh, Coach Coughlin and Coach Belichick, they were the cut from the same cloth. Right. You know, on that Parcells tree and all, like, they were the same type people. And I know what it's about. I knew what they both stood for. And that was part of the reason I was able to go to Coach Coughlin and say, Coach, thank you. I understand, you know, more now what you were trying to do. You were developing players to try to win a championship, but more importantly, you were developing men and to help us navigate our journey through life the right way, how it's supposed to be done.
All right, last question I got for you, and this is the real one. You got the watch on. Is it set to Coughlin time?
It ain't set to any time. I don't ever set this thing.
Okay.
But my vehicles are.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we
because
go.
a lot of times I just hop in the car. I don't even look at the watch. I got an Apple Watch, and I barely even look at it for time. We just grab the phone, and we can't set the phones to Coughlin time.
Yeah.
Although we might need to at times.
Yeah.
But Coughlin time is a real thing, but it helps you. Again, one of those nuggets that help you in the business world, because if you ain't 5 minutes early, you late, and that's Coughlin time, and he was consistent about it, and you'll get that FedEx, you'll get that letter in the front of your locker when you're not on time, when you're not 5 minutes early.
Gotta love Coughlin time. The fans are on Coughlin time. Look at her. She's got her poncho on. The rain's coming down, but the fans are excited. You gotta love all the teal we're seeing out here. Folks are still coming out to the game.
It's awesome, and the rain has kind of allowed us to see a lot of these fans more up close and personal. They'd probably be out tailgating if it wasn't raining. So we're seeing a lot of fans, a lot of cute kids, a lot of people in the pro shop right now. And we talk about Coughlin time. Coughlin's being honored at halftime, but Fred Taylor knows about Coughlin time. Maybe it'll be the 2-minute warning in the second quarter.
A good thing to do to beat the rain is you find somewhere inside. Yep. Maybe inside the team's pro shop. That's where Jana and Alessandra are hanging out right now, maybe doing a little bit of shopping.
Right, Thomas,
maybe?
not the throwback. Not the throwback.
We are. Listen, we are. We're actually
I'm
trying to shop. I think
shocked.
Alessandra is going to be taking a job, is what I think she's going to be doing. Alessandra, where are you? You're back here slinging jerseys? Are we getting extra commission for this?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I should get a paycheck for that. I'm trying to sell a Baselli jersey to those fans. I didn't realize we were back up. Hey, but look at these throwback jerseys. They're really chic.
Yeah, so you're seeing the throwback logo, which I think is great. Like, there's so much nostalgia. We've been using that word a lot today. You're seeing that throwback logo. 89 Los Originals, who has been one of the design collaborators for this season, has also created this great T-shirt for this week. We even saw some of the T-shirts walking through from the last drop that he had. So getting to see some of this vintage merch, I think, is great. You and I always love to talk style, and as my New York girlie, what's your take on this fashion for the game? I think the fans are doing a great job, despite the rain on the runway.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I remember the woman that we talked to with the very chic outfit and the glitter leopard hat. I absolutely loved that. Yeah, but I love these throwback jerseys. I think they are so cute, and I'll be filming the game, so I'll make sure to get close-ups of all of your favorite Jaguars players. Unfortunately, Brian Thomas Jr., he doesn't have his throwback jersey here. That's unfortunate, but I'll make sure to get a shot so you can see him in his throwback jersey tonight on News for Jax.
Yeah, so Alessandra is going to be here. I mean, you guys have a long day ahead of you. Alessandra, obviously, game day eats are a huge part of a game day tradition. I know me, I've got to get my outfit on. I've got to get ready. What are some of the things that you love to do pre-game day when you're out here on the field?
Yeah, well, one, we like to eat in the press box because they feed us very well here at the Jaguars. But then I got to set up. I got to run all the way down to get ready to set up and get on the field for them to run out. So it's going to be a busy day. But Jamal has it the hardest. He has to lead the ship. We're just in the back. I just like to sit in the back seat and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the ride too. I'm going to take a turn around the pro shop. Alessandra and I are going to go maybe have an outfit change. We're going to toss it back to the guys and see what they're up to under the tent. Guys, you're staying dry. I'm not going to lie. We're doing great in here.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like they're having some fun in there, doing a little shopping, checking out the old logo stuff, the throwback stuff to be able to show off out there on the field. I saw the Tony Baselli jersey. That was a nice one.
Yeah, Paul Fraze. I see Jana's got Paul Fraze on. I've seen the Jeff Loggeman jersey today, Brunell jersey today.
This is the time to dust off those old jerseys.
It's commitment. Steve Berline was the expansion draft quarterback in '95, so people still rocking the Steve Berline jersey. That is commitment.
That is lifelong support. It is a lifelong commitment to be a Jaguars fan. You saw maybe the positives early on in the franchise history. Tom Coughlin in the playoffs for the first 5 years, but then the lows, if you know those high times, which there have been some lows, and maybe right now is one of those as the team's 0-4. So they got to figure something out on how to get on the right track. Look, it's been a tough start to the season. But the Colts haven't won here in a long time, so maybe today's the day they can finally get that first win of the year. Justin, it's been a long time since 2014. A lot of good times since then. Fred Taylor Maurice Jones-Drew ran wild at the bank one time during that winning streak. We had a fan, Rayshawn, came and hung out with us in our first hour coverage online over on newsforjacks.com. Rayshawn told us that was one of his favorite memories against the Colts.
Oh, unbelievable. And the Colts ended up going on and winning the Super Bowl that year under Tony Dungy. So, hey, maybe we'd like to see something happen again like that.
Well, we don't want him to go win a Super Bowl. but
yeah, that day was awesome. I remember that. I think Mojo even took like a punt return back for a touchdown or kickoff return back for a touchdown. Great game and so many good memories for those early Jaguars teams. Mojo, Fred Taylor, Tony Baselli. And Tony was drafted by Tom. Fred was drafted by Tom. He signed Jimmy Smith as a street free agent off the scrap heap. Tom Coughlin has done some wonderful things, and a lot of guys you talked to this past week were a big part of that.
Tom Coughlin definitely deserves to go into the pride of the Jaguars, and these Jaguars fans definitely deserve to see a win here at the bank today. We're going to keep our Tealgate coverage going. Hopefully the rain is starting to maybe lessen up a little bit. It's down to just a drizzle. Maybe we'll clear out and we'll be good for game time. Fingers crossed. Who knows? I'm no meteorologist, but I can step out and say it's raining now. So we'll see what happens as we continue to count down to kickoff here on Channel 4. Stay here with us right after this break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk more about Coach Coughlin and what you can expect from the team today. That's straight ahead. All right, welcome back here into the News for Jags Tealgate. Check it out. Look at her. She's got the old school logo. She is all ready for game day. You got to love it. How cute.
Oh my gosh, we love that. And listen, hey, in that last block, we got to see some of the great throwback jerseys. That pro shop is packed. The game is out and about, and the fans are looking amazing. Like I said, we're styling some ponchos today, but hey, I'm living for it. I'm loving it because we're all headed to the bank for Old W.
Can you walk the runway in a poncho?
Listen, absolutely. I mean, you know, my hair has been losing some volume, but the Jags are not going to be losing steam, all right? That's what I'm all about.
Take that word out of the vocabulary for the day. We won't be using that word. Not for the rest of the day.
You got it. Throw it away.
It's gone. It's gone. All right, so big deal today. The old school logo that you just saw on the little fan. She had the shirt on with it. The Jaguars are wearing the throwbacks. First time in a long time that those are out on the field. And when you see that logo for a lot of fans, it brings back nostalgia. Times past, good times for the Jaguars, where they had that logo on the helmets. They had some black end zones that'll be out there today. The old jerseys like what Jana has on. And you had some of your favorites out there, Jimmy Smiths, the Fred Taylors, and Coach Coughlin was the guy patrolling the sidelines. And the old ball coach getting inducted into the pride of the Jaguars today. We got a chance to talk to Coach Coughlin. And Coach Coughlin told us that, look, while he's the name that's going to be hung there, it really represents a lot of people that did a lot of work, from players to the people that worked in the office to his wife. It wasn't just him that is being honored today.
All right, last question for me, Coach. I know in the moment it was never the goal to make it in the pride of the Jaguars or to make it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but now you're being inducted into the pride of the Jaguars. How surreal does this is this moment, and as the hope still to make it into Canton, Ohio?
Well, I mean, those things are out of my hands, okay? I'm very honored, okay, and very humbled to become a member of the pride of the Jaguars. But I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to say. When you look up at that name represents about 200 people in the first 9 years of the franchise, okay? And the commitment and the way we shared winning. When we won here, everybody won. It was the greatest thing in the world to see some, girls working, young ladies working in the various departments, sharing in with a big smile. Everybody knew everybody. I knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody. It was a great, great feeling to do it all together as one, and that has to be realized when you look at my name. My name up there, wonderful, and really my wife's name should be up there. I lost my quarterback a couple years ago, but she deserves to be up there. Yeah. But so does every name of. I can tell you the first coaching staff, personnel. The trainers, Mike Ryan and Dr. Steve Luce. I can do that. All of those people, because I used to hammer those guys. The medical people would come in to tell me who couldn't practice and who couldn't play, and I would give them the hardest time I could possibly give them. You do know that we need 11 guys to go out to play the game, right? You can't keep all these people in the training room. So, they all paid the great price, but believe me, it was worth it.
A lot of credit to be passed around, and Coach Coughlin eager to make sure that the people that helped him get to where he got to as a coach here in Jacksonville are honored as well.
Yeah, and I think that just speaks so much to his character. I mean, anytime you see him out in the public, he is constantly making appearances, constantly pouring back into the community long after he stepped off the field. But the fact that we get to see him between those back end zones today, receiving an honor that is so well-deserved, is going to be really a special moment for today.
Yeah. And it's interesting that during your interview with Tom Coughlin, he was mentioning people by name.
Yes.
Mike Ryan, Stephen Lucy, guys who were back with the franchise since the beginning. And of course, his quarterback, he said, Judy Coughlin, his wife, who passed away a couple years ago. So amazing that Tom remembers names from many, many years. He could have probably named all the 200 you're talking about.
He probably could. Now, here's one thing. Justin has like a steel trap memory. He is like an encyclopedia of random stats. And during my interview with Coach Coughlin, he shared a story that Justin even said, I've never heard that one before. Coach Coughlin was talking about when he first got the call from the Jaguars. He answers the phone, and he thinks it's a Jaguars dealership that's calling about one of his players when he was at Boston College at the time, only to find out, you're a what? An NFL team? And he even said, well, you have 5 finalists for the job. I'm not that interested in that. But you got 2? Now I'm interested.
So, such a cool story. And those early years of the Jaguars franchise, I mean, Tom started working in a single-wide trailer in Jacksonville. He was having to share a chair and a table desk with owner Wayne Weaver. They didn't have anything. It was a very primitive setup. So to see what Jacksonville has developed into AFC Championship team in his second year, 99 AFC Championship team, and as Jana mentioned, just so much in the community with the J Fund. It's been remarkable.
All right, so we're counting down to kickoff. It's about that time. The inactives have just come out. We talked a little bit about Evan Ingram earlier. Going to be no Evan Ingram for the Jaguars today. Let's take a look at the Jaguars inactives. Here's the list. Evan Ingram going to be missing it. That's the big name on that list. With no Ingram, that means Brenton Strange going to have to roll at tight end for the Jaguars again. The rest of these are kind of chalk, maybe what you expected. Daniel Thomas, no Yasir Abdullah, no Miles Cole, no Javon Foster, no Cole Van Lannon, and no Jordan Jefferson.
But the one big guy is that, or 2 big guys, linebacker Devin Lloyd is back, and so is Darnell Savage. So that's 2 very big pluses. By the way, look who's right behind the camera.
Yeah, we got Coach
here.
Matthew Driscoll. Come here, Coach. There we go. Come on. UNF basketball coach Matthew Driscoll hanging out. There we go. What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
The good news is I'm not going to stand here because this is every day I got to look up every day.
I was going to say, is he coming to recruit? Listen, do I have any eligibility left?
Can you shoot?
Like, I'll do whatever you need, Coach. I was like, I got you. I'm a rebounder, I would say. It's like bows.
So
you got to be able to 3. You got to
three. Can you shoot the 3?
Her NIL request may be a little too steep, though.
Hey, I tell you what, valuation is so critical in the NIL world because one game, like number 2 for Alabama, that freshman, one game he goes from $750 to $1.5 million. NIL is like Shark Tank.
I'm going to have to leave, y'all. I might have to go give this a shot. You know, back in my day, we couldn't make any money.
Start working on her shot.
We couldn't make any money back in my day.
But a lot of those people are suing right now to try to make money that they didn't make back then. So.
I'll be right back. I got to go call a lawyer.
Who's sponsoring us? Fair and Fair? Who do we got?
You know what? Well, hey, UNF, if you guys want to.
Sure.
If you were Doug Peterson, what's the pep talk you would give the Jaguars today? I know it's going to be a good one.
You know, the one thing I think we really have to understand and really be sure about is who we are. And I think when you look at Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday, and you look at that 4-minute speech in the locker room where he talks about the 6 inches in front of your face, because that's what it truly is about. It's about looking in the mirror, understanding who you are, but most importantly, being comfortable in your own skin, and then taking that and making it an advantage when you step onto the field in this case. And so that 6 inches, in my opinion, is very critical. But notice, my 6 inches is high definition for radio, not TV. That's for sure, because my face ain't for this.
Now you're well known for your pep rally chant, kind of your locker room chants. Do you think Jack can hear you if you do that today?
You know, I think when it's important about that particular deal is, I think that particular deal was the motivation in order to get you into that mindset on that last trip out to the locker room. Right. And to me, I've been doing it for now going on my 16th year. So I think it's important to have that kind of insignia so the guys understand. Here's how it goes. Do what we do. Be who we are. It's that simple.
Can we get a
let's go? Let's go.
That's
right.
Thanks,
Coach Driscoll.
You never know. This is why you got to watch News for Jacks, because you never know. You never know.
Never know. Coach Driscoll's awesome. Basketball season right around the corner. I know he's pumped for it, and you can see that meme and GIF of Coach Driscoll all the time. It's a very well-known meme, and his "Let's Go" is iconic.
It definitely is. It definitely is, and it's very loud. And I think they might have heard him inside the stadium just now, in the locker room.
Hey, we did cut away from those inactives, but let's look at the Colts inactives because quarterback Anthony Richardson is officially ruled out. That means Joe Flacco will be up. Jonathan Taylor, the running back, is out. Their center, Ryan Kelly's out. A lot of starters. They are projected to miss 9 starters for the Colts. Wow. If the Jaguars can't beat the Colts, they have 9 starters out. That's another conversation.
Didn't think they were going to beat the Browns last year with the ageless Joe Flacco taking off the scrap heap. And Joe Flacco going to get the start today for the Colts.
Yeah, look, Joe Flacco, you know what you're going to get. He's that consistent, old, wily veteran. It's been a while. The last time the Jaguars beat Joe Flacco, Gardner Minshew was the quarterback. Joe Flacco was with the Denver Broncos. So it's been a little bit. But Joe Flacco also hasn't been playing a lot of football. Last time they saw him was last year, and before that, he was kind of just hanging around as a backup quarterback, bouncing around. So it's been a little bit, but you know what you're going to get from Joe, and that means the Jaguars' game plan has to drastically shift because you can't play Joe Flacco the same way you play Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I know Doug Peterson mentioned that this week. It's a little bit more challenging. You're going from the Anthony Richardson type quarterback to the Joe Flacco, completely different quarterback. So we'll see if Jacksonville has a little better luck today than they did with Joe last year with the Browns.
And mind you, Anthony Richardson left the game last week with a hip injury. Joe Flacco came in and won the game for them. So, I mean, we may not have the best backup here that could possibly do that, but Joe Flacco, you talked about, he's really old, but he knows how to win. And I think he's, to be honest, when you're looking at the Jaguars and who they would play better against, I think they'd play better against Anthony Richardson, so it's going to be a tougher competition, even though it's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, going to be a big game. It's a tough one. The Colts haven't won here in a long time. Hopefully the Jaguars can keep that streak going. We're going to keep our streak going here, right here on Channel 4 as we kind of Tealgate and get ready for things. The rain's let up a little bit. Fans are kind of starting to head toward the stadium. The gates are open, so they're heading into the bowls, trying to see just how wet their seats are. But we see a lot of ponchos out here. Duval has shown up and shown out with the throwback uniforms. Tom Coughlin going into the Pride. We'll keep counting down to kickoff coming up right after a quick break. Welcome back. Check it out. Fans are getting ready for this thing. Jaguars and Colts getting ready for kickoff here at the Bang. We're over here next to the Jaguars Team Pro Shop on Miller Electric Avenue. Fans are trying to stay dry right now. And we've got one fan hanging out with us, Warren. What's going on, Warren? Welcome to the show.
I'm excited to be here.
Hey, are you excited for the game?
Most definitely.
I mean, listen, I want to all make sure that we match Warren's energy. Now, why we have Warren, can you tell us about that?
So a lot of the days I'm a cashier. So I work a lot on self-checkout majority of the time. And while I'm on self-checkout, there's been a couple instances where they come up and they want to get pictures with me. They want to do all these, like they want to tell their friends about it. They go home.
Now you're an ambassador too, and you're working checkout. Like I think you need to pay you double here for celebrity appearances. What
you're bringing business. That's
game. And I heard a couple talking about Trevor and how he was playing, and then they look at me and be like, "Oh, I didn't know Trevor was right behind me."
Oh, there you go.
Love to out there.
My bad. Okay, all right. So you got the jersey on. You even got the Trevor Bank headband. He's in full Trevor garb.
Trevor band.
How do you think Trevor's going to do today?
I think he's going to do great. I liked what he was doing in the game against the Houston Texans. I feel like there was a couple plays where he was really calm, making really good plays, and I'm just ready to see what he's going to do in this one.
All right, here's the tough question. Did you know today's Trevor's birthday? So
I'm on the Jags Instagram all the time, so I saw that when I got here.
I mean, it's perfect, right? The Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. The Jags need a win. What better birthday present for Trevor than to get a W?
It's throwback.
And it's throwback. Got to do it for Coach Coughlin. It's the perfect storm, right?
Exactly.
I mean, literally perfect storm with the rain behind us, right? It all comes together.
All coming together.
Good one. Play on words. I like it.
Just my humor. I'll leave that one alone. But all right, Warren, do you think the Jaguars are going to win?
Oh, most definitely.
You got a score for me? That's the hard one.
I want to say 38-21.
Whoa, the big time score, man. They've scored 60 points all season. I like the optimism, though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Look,
Hey,
we like that score.
we like it.
Warren, you are invited back to the News for Jags Tealgate anytime. He has the positivity. Hopefully next time it's not raining. We got some cup pong and cornhole. You can come play along with us as we'll count down to kickoff. We're going to be here for every home game. It's been a lot of fun as we continue to count down here. All right, Warren, I know you're trying to get inside, so we're going to let you go. Appreciate you coming on with us to hang out. If you take any more pictures with fans, just tell him you're Trevor. If he has a good game. If he has a good game.
Either way, a lot of people find it cool.
Either way, you can take credit for it. Either way.
You know, Alessandro, you just said, I was just going to say, I think we saw the same person. Alessandro said, you never know who's going to come by. And he was giving me, just reminding me how well I did my kicking lesson during that draft party. So he walked by in his iconic flip-flops, but my college just walked by. So, again, keep hanging out with us.
A lot of Jaguars greats are coming back. Jimmy Smith, he's doing the first 2 ball. Obviously, I bet Aaron Beasley, our friend Aaron Beasley, he's probably around here tailgating.
We're going to see a lot of old Jags today with Tom Coughlin being in the Pride today. Always Jags at every home game, but I think we're going to see a lot of old faces that we haven't seen. Just saw Mike Hollis, of course. I think we're going to see some other ones today, too, we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of former Jags. It's Legends Day. Who's your favorite Jaguars player of all time? Is it Trevor? You got somebody else?
Jones Drew.
MJD? You can't go wrong with MJD. I wonder if MJD will be here today. Maybe not, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. MJD did have a really good game against the Colts back in the day. Him and Fred Taylor ran crazy that one game.
Unbelievable game. And that year the Colts won the Super Bowl, of course. But that's neither here nor there. Colts' last win here was in 2014. Trevor is predicting a blowout here, 38-21. What's your other prediction? Jamal, what was yours?
Mine wasn't as positive.
Okay.
But I do think the Jaguars can win. I think this is a good Sunday to get a W. I tend to be consistent. I said I wasn't going to pick them until they got a win.
You did.
So I did not pick them. I'm consistent with that. But I am prepared to be wrong. I think the Jaguars are going to be consistent. I think they're going to win. But I didn't pick them.
Jana?
I know. I was like, I know we're going to walk away with the win. I think I'm kind of going to double down with Trevor here.
Wow.
I mean, I just like where his head's at. I mean, especially after my 2 miniature predictions earlier when we decided we're going to put him side by side, not add him up. I'm like, I do think it'll be a high-scoring game, which I'm excited about. But I think the biggest thing is I don't care if we win by 100, win by 1. I just want to walk away with a win. Because if not, Alessandra said she is not singing happy birthday to Trevor.
All right, we're getting closer and closer to kickoff. That means we got things starting to happen around here. Let's take a look. The D-line's hanging out not far away from us. Let's see if we can get a look at what's going on. There it is. D-line getting everybody happy. The rain is starting to dry up a little bit. They're getting loud. Fans are getting ready to head inside the bank. You got to love the D-line. They got to bring the energy and get it loud around here.
I love tailgates around here. Jags, it's just so cool. Wish the weather was a little bit nicer, but man, the food, the company, it's just such a good event every time down here, rain or shine.
Rain or shine, the D-line shows up. Jags Rance show up. Duval shows up. We'll see if the team can show up, get the first win of the year. It would be nice if they did. Joe Flacco going to be starting for the Colts again today. Jaguars are going to be without Evan Ingram. Check it out. We got some teal foam fingers and going. Fans are really starting to get ready. How can you style a poncho, Alessandra? Is there something you can do?
You literally can't. You're going to look horrible. It's not the day to pick up your future husband. It's not.
Well, I don't want to say horrible.
Hopefully we're a little more positive about the win today versus the potential for poncho stylings. Now, I do have to give a shout out to the D-line because we talked about the nostalgia and just the legacy that we're talking about today with the throwback logos, with Tom Coughlin, so many things going into this game. The D-line has many members that are over 20 years on the line. I mean, and they practice during the week. They're with the Roar of the Jags, always going out there, always making sure they're executing at a high level. So we're going to see a lot more of them on News for Jags, sharing their stories because, again, these are people that come out, they're giving their time, they're giving their space, in addition to working full-time jobs. I mean, they get to come out here with us on Sundays, but again, just like us, they're back in the office. So I think it takes a lot of dedication to a franchise, to a team, and to an energy that we got to walk away with.
Roar of the Jags, too, full-time jobs, and they are committed to the process. D-line Roar, these are part of the people that make the Jaguars franchise just what it is.
Jackson, I mean, literally risking life and limb to come out here and bring the Jaguars fans a completely different experience. I mean, and that's why he, too, is in the Hall of Fame.
Risking life and limb, and he's going to bungee jump into the stadium like always. But now he has a children's book that's going to be released at a home game in a couple of weeks. We'll try and catch up with Jackson, even though Jackson doesn't talk. So maybe someone to speak to.
So here we go. Let me tell you a funny story. Last training camp, okay? I asked Jackson a question thinking that he wouldn't speak, and the guy spoke. And I'm not kidding. The jump scare that I had when I was like, I've never heard a mascot speak before. I will never forget that. He bamboozled me.
Preseason, he wasn't in regular season form.
He wasn't in regular season mode, but Jackson does not speak.
No, but I have heard his voice before. It's a nice voice. But he doesn't speak.
Whenever he's doing his stunts at the beginning of games, if he's yelling in the suit or not.
I would be.
I would be.
Or if he's just sitting there calm and cool the whole time.
Nope.
It's just a normal day for him.
I mean, I guess he does it every home game, so maybe it is just a normal day at the office.
I wonder if it's the same guy that the actual Jackson is the one that jumps off. Because I would assume you would need,
So. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Consistency.
I don't think there's a stunt double. I don't think you get a body double. For
Jackson is in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think he has a stunt double. I don't know if he's that level. It's like you don't have a stunt double.
That's the resume. Put that on the resume.
Trevor's got a stunt double.
Wow.
We'll work on that. We got to get Warren in to take one of the big hits for Trevor. Maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, I don't know if I signed up for that.
I got pads, I think I'm okay.
Okay. I've got your jersey. You can walk on the field right now.
We'll make it happen. All right. We feel pretty good about the Jaguars' chances. Game is getting ready to start here in a little bit. We're closing in to kickoff. Big game against the Colts. Colts haven't won here since 2014. Do you still have your trivia handy?
I do.
Yeah. Let's give Warren one trivia question before we wrap
Right.
things up. All right. So we got plenty. We got some fun trivia questions. Colts haven't won here in a while. Really quickly, pick one.
Okay. All right. So the last time the Colts won in Jacksonville, who were the quarterbacks for both teams?
So the last time they won?
Last time the Colts won,
Back in 2014.
Who was Jags quarterback? Who was the Colts quarterback?
Colts would be...
I know who the Jaguars were.
No.
Luck and Bortles.
Andrew Luck and Blake
Bortles.
Bortles. It's been that long.
That's
It's been that long. Everybody loves the boat,
That's
though.
a hot minute.
I'm
Throwback
surprised you
to
didn't get the
Andrew
Blake
Luck.
one.
Well, Blake was one guy that I was thinking of because I got to, like you said, 2014.
Yep.
So I knew it was going to be Bortles. I just was trying to think of Colts. I couldn't think
You
of
knew
Colts.
better than me.
Think of
I was
Colts.
like, the colors were teal. Like, that was before our tenure here.
You know the colors were teal because we're at a Tealgate. We're counting down to kickoff. We're getting ready to wrap things up here. Head inside the stadium. We'll have plenty more coverage here on Channel 4 after the game as we wrap things up. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back next home game when the Jaguars get back from London for another News for Jags Tealgate. We will see you next time. Hopefully, the Jaguars are going to have a win.
Now, hopefully, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it big. Let's go. All the way to the win.